Buenísimas las tenga bandeira. Me han pedido muito saber por que se ha tardado el BM. Mickey me manda vídeo explicándolo. Les dejo com el buen Mickey. Hasta que me reporte Joaquim. Salutres. Aguantem, se me olvidou decir-lhes algo. Que trans a banda como estão. Ele me chui com sisu madre a la verguinha.
So Juca's actually been asking us about updates for his car. We've actually been working on it.
3 months? 3 months?
3 months. This car actually got shipped here from Mexico and arrived to us, I think, probably 4 or 5 months ago. We started looking at the car to see what was wrong with it.
Ni pedo, vamos a tener que rifar.
Our biggest thing was getting the car fired up because he actually got a built motor installed. But when that car actually arrived, we popped the hood and we actually saw that
there was a bunch of stuff wrong with it.
So the engine harness was modified. The intention that they had was to go standalone on the car, and there were so many things, like just so many things. Like the harness wasn't working. They cut off a bunch of things.
Oh, chopped it.
Yep. I think that they were trying to delete Vanos slits and try and get this car running off of just a standalone. I don't know how they were going to do that.
Yeah, it run really bad without Vanos control.
There were so many things wrong with this car. All the harnesses were kind of just chopped up. Things were all over the place.
So the crankshaft sensor was installed in the exhaust cam sensor spot. And the exhaust cam sensor was installed in the crank sensor spot. So it was throwing off the synchronization.
Then on the backside of over here, there was a bunch of stuff missing, like vacuum lines to the throttle body. The throttle body wasn't plugged in. Blow-off valve wasn't hooked up. There was a lot that we did to this thing, but we actually got the car running. We sent Juca actual video of it running. It wasn't running 100%, you know, it was running, but it was running like crap because what we assumed, Anthony, was timing, right?
Yeah.
So we pulled it apart and now we are going to where we actually were at. As you guys can see, this is actually the plate right here that measures off timing. You can see right here that it's actually been cut, modified. This is how it's supposed to look. Once we install this and retime the motor, the car, I'm pretty confident it's gonna run 100%.
I am too. It should be.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a lot of work to put this back together because we had to pull off the turbo, valve cover, all that crap. But realistically speaking, we probably will have this car running today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, dude, there's so much more.
There's a lot. So
I know he wants us to talk about all the stuff that we found, right? It's just, the list is just so long. So obviously engine harness is one thing. Oh, mismatched injectors.
Yeah. They were all bad. High pressure pump wasn't pumping enough fuel.
Battery.
Yeah, the battery.
What they ended up doing was kind of modifying the distribution box, which is this, and they kind of bypassed a bunch of stuff. This is kind of just chilling on here. The ground doesn't have IBS on it, but besides that, it's running, you know, kinda, right?
Yeah.
Now it's just reassemble all these things, retime the motor, we'll fire up the car and make sure that it's running, which I'm pretty sure it will. Main thing that I know that you guys all have been waiting for is to take it on the first test drive. Probably be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not driving it. He's gonna drive it.
Mamoncita, mija.
So we actually had to make the engine harness for this as well. Well, not make, but modify. Which was quite a lot of work. You know, there's a lot of things that required a lot of work and attention that we did not anticipate. I mean, technically I did. Right? I knew that it was probably going to be a lot of work, but this is a lot of work. We still got to tune the car. We still got to hook up the single turbo vacuum line system, which, oh dude, does he even have boost controller?
I don't think so.
So we gotta put a boost controller on here, set up the boost, make sure that that's functioning, and then we gotta tune the car. We can see that it actually has aftermarket retainers and springs right here. The motor's brand new, you can tell because everything looks new. So this thing will be running. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it tuned and running within the time frame that he's hoping for, but I think we can have him come by, drive the car, and see how the car is, because we're not going to full send on a brand new motor.
No.
That's not even broken in yet. So onto this side of the car, the fuel line was actually modified because, again, they were trying to delete the high pressure system and go port injection. So this was their modification to their line that they created. Kind of Crazy. So we had to get a new fuel line.
So when they wired up the standalone, they cut a lot of wires here for the ECU, and they ran them inside, so we had to figure out the pin out for that.
We did so much to this car that we're trying to remember what we did.
It's hard to remember everything, honestly.
30 minutos después.
Where are we at?
Finishing up the timing and all that.
What? It looks like you didn't touch anything.
Yeah, technically.
Alright, so he got everything back on. We'll fire up the car, make sure that it's running correctly. See if there's anything additional that we have to do. Yeah, everything's pretty much wired up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's fire it up.
Otros 30 minutos después.
Anthony, what are we doing?
We are clearing faults.
Hey, it sounds pretty nasty. Hey, it's actually idling normal. Hey, put your finger right there. Come on, put your finger. Do it. A little choppy. Hey, there's no check engine light. Oh no, there is. All right, so while we have the car running, we're going to see if there's any codes for timing, which we're doing right now. And we'll see if there's any more codes for timing. If there isn't, then we know it's good to go. The only thing left is basically just a single turbo tune. It's running pretty good. It doesn't make any weird noises. Before it's super choppy, like it was misfire.
Yeah.
It's like bop, 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 bop. But there's no nothing right now, so that's why it's pretty damn good.
There's no fan, and then the two rear O2 sensors. Yeah, it doesn't even have them. That's a single turbo thing too. That's pretty much it.
Hey, no more timing codes. Let's go. And then we're actually gonna take it on a test drive. And we got the car lowered. We're filling up air. And what are we doing, Anthony?
First drive.
Yeah. We're taking it on the first drive right now. Let's go. It's actually moving. Let's go. Time to go drive this thing. Bro, how am I gonna fit?
I was thinking the same thing right now.
Alright, I will try. Ah! Oh! Windows roll down?
No. Oh, I can't see.